Okay, so welcome to the third and final session of our collaboration together this time.
And we're all feeling the effects of the incredible energies that came through in that last experience. And I'm sure that most of you are also still very much involved in feeling that energetic. And as was said before we took the break, we need to allow the time for the integration to happen.
Yes, so the integration is actually, I think, a critical aspect in receiving the work itself. We want to make sure that whatever happens on this entire weekend has a long-term sustainable effect on you and your life and your loved ones. So it's not just, a one-time high, a one-time altered state, but it's a sustainable evolutionary step that you're making. And for that, integration and support with community, with loved ones, with a tribe is a critical element.
In these times, it's really important to feel that you're part of a group or part of a community. You've got someone that you can talk about what's happening in your life, talk about the challenges and the exciting things. And I know that you have a group, and also Ruby has created for the Stargate Collective, where people can connect and talk about the various things that are happening, both about the workshops and all kinds of different areas in their lives.
Yep.
And so we'd strongly encourage you, if you're not already, to participate in one or both of these groups, so that you can feel like the sometimes strange things that are happening in your life are actually quite normal.
Mm-hmm.
Because part of what we were doing in this process this weekend is actually to loosen up our attachment to the old and bringing in this new energetic. And as it's been said a couple of times, it'll make you feel a little bit awkward or different. And the changes that have happened for us, as we've all been changing together, are perhaps not quite as noticeable as they will be when you go back into your world, wherever that is. And the people that you relate to and connect with very often will notice the change. And they might not appreciate the change because maybe you're being a little bit more honest and a little bit more open and a lot clearer than you were in the past. So we have to be compassionately aware that people are going to react or respond to the new you. And that new you is something that's evolving over the next few days as well. And to be aware of that and to really, as much as possible, allow it to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so navigating the internal changes as they happen within you in an environment that expects you to be in a certain way can sometimes be a bit of a balancing act, right? We expect our loved ones, our friends, to not change overnight. So therefore we impose that expectation that they will be the same person tomorrow, which might be contradictory to your accelerated evolution. So how do you balance that act? And it is really truly about being compassionately aware of what is happening in your space. And if it's bringing forth a more true and authentic version of yourself, a more aligned version of yourself into your reality. And how do you navigate that with kindness and compassion as well as with grace? As Elohim said in earlier, how do you navigate the changes within you and the changes that might happen outside of you because when we change internally, the external starts to change. How do you navigate that with grace?
One of the things to be aware of is not to get into an argument with those people that challenge the way you are. It's just to allow them their perspective and their view on life. And very often, just by kind of listening to them and what they say and just saying, yeah, okay, that's how you perceive things, that's your perspective, but for me, my ideas, my experiences are beginning to show me something else. And that's the path that I'm on. And so we're all so individual and our situations are all so different. But really, compassion and love and the ability to listen to the other as well. To be able to be open to them and their reality. Because in truth, we are all part of this oneness. And what Alcazar has been saying for many years is that we are bringing in the light of oneness as opposed to the light of separation, the light which is opposed to the dark. This is about bringing both aspects together. So it's not about making anyone wrong. It's about accepting that we chose to be in a duality, and you can't have a duality without the opposite. And the opposite is helping all of us become clear about what it is that we wish to live and how we wish to be. So the opposite is not wrong as such. The opposite is part of the duality. And when you can embrace the fact that it's there without criticizing it, then we're moving towards bringing in that light of oneness. And that's a challenge sometimes. Yeah.
It feels like what's happening with this syncopation of the Stargate energies and the amplification that's happening as we bring these two channels together is like a turbo booster or an acceleration, which I find interesting when it's put in the context of what Alcazar has been saying, and I've heard you say also, Asil, which is like we're headed for turbulent times in the next few years. So I'm kind of having this question emerge, which is like, you're talking about sustaining what we're receiving here. And yeah, it's kind of like, how do we allow ourselves to maybe accelerate and stay like at like this kind of like leading edge place rather than being like tumbled? Does that make sense? It's an open question. I think we all have to live into, but
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I have a real answer to this. I'll just think about what I would think for myself. I'd say experiencing like a very quickened acceleration in my life in the last 3 years and feeling the challenges that it brought along with it, it was always reducing my expectations of what the future might hold or should hold based on my past experiences, right? So that helped me tremendously. That was one aspect. The other aspect was, how can I become even more present in what is right in front of me? And how can I align on all the other parts that make me more present? So how can I be mentally clear and present? How can I be emotionally clear and present? How can I take care of my body and be physically clear and present and energetically as well? So I've poured a lot of energy into these aspects of my being in order to have this as almost like a pillar of my daily life. And that has kept me sane, I have to say. And this, when things are moving fast, I know those basics really help me.
Okay, I'm feeling Alcazar.
Oh, yes.
And so, beloved ones, few things that we would like to say in response of the talking that has been happening over the last few minutes. We wish to remind you that you are the creator of your own reality. This is difficult for many to accept initially. Existence, spirit, the quantum field, whatever label you wish to put upon it, responds to your vibration. Your thoughts, your spoken word, your feelings are all vibration. So we are coming back to the fact that everything in this reality is vibration. And so existence responds to your moment by moment vibration. So wherever you put your focus, whatever you are feeling, thinking, speaking, doing, are all influencing what comes back into your life, either instantly or in the near future. So let us suggest a few things. Be aware when you are focusing negatively on what is happening around you, either with other people or situations. If you are moving into a negative judgment, which is very easy to do, because it is part of the way your society functions. If you are moving into negative judgment, then that is lowering your vibration. That is attracting lower energetics into your life. If you can catch yourself and always look from a compassionate point of view, if you can always allow others to have their perspectives on life, if you can accept their viewpoint as their viewpoint and not feel the need to challenge it or to make yours more important, then what you are starting to do is to totally relax within, with no need to justify who you are and how you are. There are those who are close to you where you need to have that level of intimate conversation, however. For as you change, as has already been said, your energy will influence those around you. Most people like you to be the person that they know. They do not like people, close friends, changing, generally. Because if the change is a raise in your vibration, then the way that you interact with them will indeed change. When you raise your vibration, others will feel it, even if they do not feel it consciously. They will feel it. And if it is an unconscious sensation for them, they will react to it. Because you are not being the person that they want you to be. You are not being the person that they know. And so we are saying this simply to be aware. As you change, your environment changes. Your environment can change in a very beautiful way. It depends on how you perceive that which is around you. That is why we are saying, be compassionate, be accepting of others, because with that accepting energy, that higher vibration of inclusivity will allow beautiful energetics to continue to flow into your life, abundance to flow into your life. And again, when we talk of abundance, we are not talking about just finances. But of course we include that too. Understand that you can change the whole of your environment with the energies that have been brought to you these days. Understand that you do not have to know how to change your environment. Simply be aware of the vibration that you are emanating, your feelings, your thoughts, your expressions. Watch yourself, be aware. The energetics that have been brought to you to assist you in releasing the attachment to some of the old programs that you have. This energy is still with you. This energy can support you as you move forward. This energy can be there to assist you in letting go of the old ways, the old judgment, the old criticism, the old pleasures that you receive gossiping with yourself and another. For these are energetics which lower your frequency. You can indeed move out of this place, move out of this weekend experience very differently. The seeds are planted already. It is you, with your intention, your desire to be free, that will water and nourish these seeds. Understand that your external environment is a reflection for you. And so if there is a negative energetic in your environment coming towards you, then ask yourself, what am I doing to create this? How can I move back into harmony with that which is around me? What do I need to change in order to be in this peaceful, evolutionary state? Beloved ones, you are the creator of your reality. Take charge of your life.
And so, beloveds, this is indeed a time to practice self-love. What this one, Asil, has described is his way of anchoring his highest evolutionary path. Recognize this deeply. For all of you, you are experiencing the beauty of this human incarnation. And you are aware there are these openings to the beyond. You have found these permeations, these ways of opening up your field to receive grace. And so we would say to you also that this torrent of light, do not be mistaken by thinking it is these three who are bringing it in and now it is ending. This torrent is an opening within you. We have said that the function of the Stargate is to accelerate the awakening, to assist in the rapid expansion of human consciousness. We have also said that each and every one of you have a biological Stargate and that this is the functioning, the higher dimensional functioning of your pineal and your pituitary gland. Find ways to nourish self. Find ways to touch the earth, to infuse your love into your physicality, to, with your intention, bring that which you are in the beyond and allow it to anchor into this physical reality. This is an expression of self-love. Taking few moments to reflect upon your human experiences until this point in your life. What has created chaos in your field, in your life? Is there a way that you can consciously, with intention, bless those experiences and release them? The acceleration, beloved ones, goes far beyond entering a certain state. The acceleration is to bring the totality of who you are to a higher level of vibration. The energetics you have received these days can indeed assist you in doing this. And when we say it is a time to practice self-love, understand we are telling you, you can open this doorway. Do not try to hold on to what you have received these days. Rather, allow the flow of your life and re-enter the torrent of light. There are many ways to do this. The most powerful is to recognize that you can do this for your own self, that you already know those practices that elevate you and assist you in opening this doorway to the beyond. And so, beloved ones, you have all the tools that you need. You will be drawn toward your highest evolutionary path, because for each and every one of you, this is your deep intention. When we say what you focus on, you create, it is to be aware of the import of where you place your attention these days in these accelerated energies. Because sometimes your highest evolutionary path can be quite messy. If you rein in your focus, bring balance preemptively to those areas that you already know are needing balance, there can be a gentleness in the way you evolve. And so we invite you to reflect and to resonate. Reflect on your life up until this point and resonate with the energies of the new that have been delivered to you these days.
Greetings. My name is Emmanuel. You have chosen to live this life at this current time in human existence, and with this choice, you have experienced emerging civilizations, emerging societies, emergence of technology and wisdom, the emergence of connection to the divine, rarely seen before. These interventions that you receive are part of the evolution of humankind. These interventions that you receive are part of your individualized evolution. They are meant to support you. And in this accelerated way, at times, indeed, it may feel challenging. Change does not always flow easily through the human mind or the human heart or the human body. Resistances or conditioning of the past will often build barriers for transformation to happen. These interventions you have received this weekend are part of removing these obstacles, of supporting you so that you can receive this work in a gentle, in a smooth, and in a sustainable way. How you choose to live your life will always be part of the free will act of this plane. And with expansion of your consciousness, your choices will become even more informed, even more aligned, even more guided by your own true wisdom, the wisdom of all aspects of your being, the wisdom that you carry from many lifetimes before, the wisdom of the origins of your soul container, the wisdom of the guides that have assigned themselves to you to support you. All of this is available to you in ways rarely seen on this plane. Make use of what is present. Make use of what is given to you as an unconditional gift from the divine, from the many supporters that are continuously acting on behalf of humanity's evolution. To support this work is truly an honor and a responsibility we have chosen to support your awakening, to support your ascension process, is truly a gift for us. May you receive these words in your heart and in your being as our proclamation of love to you. Thank you for listening to my words.
Because we've all been in this energetic together, we've been feeling the energy, all of us around the world in our own unique ways. But we're not really sure what that energy is going to change. We're not quite sure how we're going to be out there in our world, in our living situation. That's something to discover. One of the things that Alcazar has been stressing a lot, in fact 2 whole 4-day workshops were about the energy of gratitude. And this is something which I would strongly suggest, if you haven't heard him talk about that, is something that's definitely worth investigating. Because the frequency, the vibration of gratitude can raise your vibration quite rapidly. It can add to your ability to create in your world those things that you choose to create. Alcazar talks about deep gratitude, which means taking that feeling in the heart and feeling gratitude, not thinking that you're grateful for something or someone, but actually feeling that energetic, that vibration of gratitude. You can feel it in your heart. Every organ in your body has a physical function, but also a higher dimensional function. And the heart is most easily understood because we know of its physical function, and we're very familiar with the feelings that we have associated with our heart. That's our feeling center. So the higher dimensional aspect of the heart are these feelings, these emotions. If you can bring that feeling of gratitude, you're adding this high vibration to your overall radiation, and that will magnetize to you more of what you wish to live in your life. It will also magnetize to you an awareness of what needs to change in your life. So understand that also. As you raise your vibration, it's going to bring an awareness into your life of those things which need to change. You will be a little clearer. Oh, I can't live in this particular way anymore. It doesn't resonate with my truth, with who I choose to be. And if your understanding is that the energies that you've received, the energies of gratitude, bring awareness on all levels, then it brings awareness of those parts of your life that are out of balance. And you can welcome that awareness, or you can reject it. If you reject it, it comes back with a stronger energy. So if you can welcome those challenges rather than fight against them, with the very welcoming, you are keeping your energy high. If your energy is higher, you have more access to your intuition, to the guidance. And your intuition and your guidance can show you the way through those challenges to come out the other side, to come out in appreciation, to come out having resolved something with ease and grace because of your intention to live at a higher level. So, deep gratitude is a wonderful energetic to support change. For those of you who are not aware of the Stargate work, it's possible just to access those 2 4-day workshops where Alcazar's talking in great detail and bringing in meditations to support people moving into that space. So I would encourage you to discover that if you don't know it already. And I'm also aware that Asil is working in many different ways. Do you want to say a little about the way that you're continuing to offer things for people?
Thank you, Pragit. I'm still a bit in the
Yes.
channel space.
Yeah. Well, we could take a tea break and come back.
No, it's I'll pull myself together. Yeah, beautiful words. Thank you for bringing gratitude into the space and the awareness of living from that higher vibration and really feeling gratitude instead of just thinking gratitude.
Yeah, it's
There's
totally different.
Very different.
Yeah.
And it's a continuous practice. I feel sometimes I forget. And then I have to remember, there are some wise words that once came out of me when Emmanuel was speaking. Let me just go back and read up on them.
Well, I mean, from my experience, sometimes it's easy to feel gratitude, and sometimes, I'm having that intention, and it's a challenge in that moment to actually feel it. And then in those moments, it's not about judging yourself, just recognizing, okay, let's just love myself right now and feel grateful for the fact that I can see that I'm not quite ready to experience gratitude right now.
That's great.
Yeah. But Alcazar has said, practice gratitude, because when you practice it, then when you really need it, when you're in a down space, and you just tune into that vibration, it can actually change things very rapidly. But it needs to be something that you're very familiar with, so that the energetic pathway is within you already to access it and move along that pathway back into gratitude and raise the vibration. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, so I can share a couple things that we're doing. We have, as we continue to deliver this work over the last couple of years, it became very apparent that there is a lot of healers, there's a lot of readers, there's a lot of intuitives, but also individuals that are starting to tap into their gifts that became part of our communities. And they started to feel an increase in their capabilities and their abilities. Not with the goal of that, but as a byproduct of that. And so we were guided to start a 4-week-long process, which we call the advanced course. And it is quite an intensive experience. We had a great group of individuals that went through it in June, and we will have another one in September. In those 4 weeks, there is going to be direct transmissions specifically for individuals that are on the pathway to becoming pillars of light. So that's what they call it, pillars of light. Not to oppose darkness, but as an anchor of consciousness. Individuals that are really truly present no matter what is arising in front of them. And I feel that they feel we need more of those individuals in the world. Which is why we're doing this course. And I hope someone that's running the chat can share that link to this course.
Yeah, we got a thumbs up.
Yes. And we also have a book that was released on the transmissions. Some of the golden nuggets that, I mean, all of them are golden nuggets, but it's hard to pick golden nuggets out of a bag of golden nuggets. But we managed to do it. And a book is out, also available. And there is a course that we created as a deep dive to the book. So it's a great thing to have an encyclopedia of channelings, but how can we as humans dissect these individually and go even deeper with each lesson that is being provided? Because to me, each channeling is almost like a lesson. There's so much wisdom in it. You could spend the whole lifetime studying one channeling. So that was our attempt to support individuals to go through that experience and to dive deeper inward and explore. So those are the two main things that we do. Aside from that, we're gonna go to Greece in May, if travel is a possibility, and we're gonna go to several sacred sites as well. So that's
Great.
on the next trip. It's gonna be mostly Europe for sacred site missions.
Wonderful. We've got a few things in the works, but I'm not actually going to talk about them because as soon as we mention them, poor old Ashley gets hundreds of emails saying, when's it starting? How do I sign up? Give me the details.
We've also
And
been...
poor Brenda, Ashley's
Yeah.
sister, the two of them together like have to deal with this influx. So we have some very exciting things coming, but sorry, we're not going to tell you about them right now.
What a tease.
We'll tell you, yeah, we'll tell you when we're ready.
Yeah.
We've also just been finding that it's, things are changing a lot. And it's like, we haven't quite landed where we're going next. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from here.
Yeah, I mean, even though we have an incredible team that is continuously creating and establishing and providing, and it does look like we have like 5-year plans. We don't.
Yeah.
We have to really be so agile and be able to turn almost on a dime, depending on what is the next thing that's unfolding in front of us, and still be able to provide it to all of you that are watching and participating in this.
One of the reasons that this weekend is really important is because Alcazar has said, at the beginning of the year, he said this is going to be a difficult year. And he said, and so the whole COVID thing was just the beginning. And there's more challenges coming this year. And so the importance of this energetic, the importance of allowing these energies to really integrate, gives us the possibility of being more present in the moment and being in your flow. Because when you're in your flow, you can, I was going to say deal with the reality, but you can actually move above the general reality and not be in that craziness that's happening in the world. There's always those people who benefit fully in many different ways when the rest of society is having a very hard time. You can be one of those people that's benefiting from what's happening around by tuning into the energy, tuning into your own self. And your guidance will take you away from places that are not good for you, will move you into spaces or connections that are of benefit to you. If you are tuning in to the guidance, the intuition, and in order to really be connected to your intuition, bringing your vibration up, meditating daily, whatever it is for you that raises the vibration. We've got dozens, if not hundreds, of meditations and courses available. They all bring your vibration up. They focus on different parts of being human and parts of life. Whatever it is, find something, even if it's the same meditation again and again because it really works for you. Find what works for you. Because we're going to need to stay afloat, so to speak, over the next few months. We are going to have to adapt.
Yeah.
And the higher your vibration, the more easy that will be. And the more of a guiding light you will be for others. Not that you have to be out there telling people what to do, just your vibration, just your presence changes things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very much in alignment with what Emmanuel has been saying and Raphael has been saying, and how we choose to walk our life has a direct impact on those around us. And when the world is a challenging place, those individuals that are challenged will look around for those that are anchored, aligned, and present. Those that are not completely losing it and freaking out. They're looking for those individuals. And the question is, can you be one of those? Can you be purely and fully present and have a high vibration throughout challenging times so that others can almost not rely but lean on you or see you as a guiding light?
Yeah.
And that takes practice.
Mm.
It really does.
Yeah. So we've been spending a little time talking in this way with the intention of just slowly allowing time for us to connect back into our humanness, to continue integrating that very strong energies that came in over the last couple of days. And perhaps we'll move into another gentle meditation, just to assist in that process of, it's not about shutting down, it's about integrating and being ready to move out into the world in a grounded way. So let's see what Alcazar will bring through for that.
Okay.
So again, there's music available if you like to have background music. And I think by now you know how to access the music and get the recording level. So I'm going to invite each one of you just to close your eyes, be comfortable and relaxed. We are still surrounded by a really beautiful energy field. Just feel yourself connecting more deeply to the energy, feeling it within you and around you. And again, just recognizing that the etheric stargate that you have invited is still available, it's still there for you. So just visualize, feel the etheric stargate supporting you right now. And so, beloved ones, that which you have created, that which you have received, that which you have broadcast around your planet is exceedingly beautiful. A great gift you have given these days. We wish to bring some gentle energetics to you. Some gentle energetics which are actually designed to calm the mind. Not so much for this moment, but for situations that may arise in your future. And so these energies, when we bring them to you in a few moments, these energies will be available to you in your energetic field, in your memory. And when you need them, when you need to calm the mind in challenging situations so that you can become more clear, you can call forth this energetic. So it is a little energetic tool which we wish to share with you now.
And so, as always, we invite you to simply relax, be present, be open to the possibility that these energetics can flow to you effortlessly, that these energetics can be called back to you in moments of need, also effortlessly.
And so we ask and suggest that right now, before we bring these energies to you, you just say to your mind, to the subconscious mind, I want you to be fully receptive to these gentle energies so that I can recall them whenever I choose. So that your subconscious is aware of these energies as we bring them to you in a moment. So having this intention for your subconscious to really attune and to be aware of these gentle energies so that your subconscious can reconnect you to them when needed. And so we begin. And we are going to be asking the Galactic Command to share this gentle energy with you. We are asking them to share it because in your daily life, whenever you need, they can bring this energy to you when you ask. When your subconscious says, I want to bring this supportive energy, this energy to help calm my mind, the Galactic Command will respond to your asking. And so we ask each one of you right now just to invite the presence of the Galactic Command once more.
We call forth representatives of the Galactic Command.
And just feel as they gently respond to you, just feeling their energy gently coming into this meditation. Very good. And now they will begin a transmission. And this transmission will be a very soft, gentle, energetic. Nothing to do except relaxing into it. And so the transmission begins right now. A soft, peaceful, subtle, energetic. You might even feel as if this energy is moving into each and every cell of your body. Because, in fact, it is. Mind is not fully understood yet. Every cell in your body has a consciousness. And so these energies are coming into every cell of your body. Because a calm body can create calm mind. Very soft, almost imperceptible coming to each one of you. Very good. Staying present. Every cell being bathed in these subtle energies. The mind is not necessarily what you think it is. Where does the mind exist? Many think, it is part of the brain. Science is realizing that the brain is not just in the head, that your heart is very much part of your thinking, feeling mechanism. The mind is the intermediary between the brain and your superconsciousness, the real you. And so you can allow your superconsciousness to become more of the mind. And now visualize, imagine, as if your superconsciousness, the real you, is somehow above you. That is just an image. It is not how things are. But for the mind, imagine the superconsciousness above you. And now imagine, coming from your superconsciousness, a ray of energy which is a variety of colors of blue. Blue energies coming down into your crown, into the brain-mind mechanism, coming down from your superconsciousness. Just a series of blue energies into the brain-mind mechanism. And we are continuing to gently share this soft energetic with you. Very good. And it might help some of you in the times when you need this calming influence for the mind. It might help you if you just register where you are this moment in the physical. Where are you? In your surroundings, in your home or in this room here. Just taking a moment to recognize where you are physically. Because when you choose to invite this calming energy to calm the mind, if you just recall this place that you are seated in right now, or this place you are lying down in right now, then that will help also you to reconnect to this soft, calming energy. And so when you need it in times to come, just remember, that is where I was. And now I invite these energies to assist me, bringing calmness, peace, serenity to my mind. And just to allow few moments, few minutes for these energies to work with you when they are needed. And we bring this transmission to a close. And now we are going to suggest to each one of you that you ask inside right now. You ask for these energies, these calming energies, to come to you. We are not going to do it for you. We are going to invite you now to practice inviting this calming energy right now. And do you feel it coming to you when you ask? Just the asking and the openness to receive. If the mind is very busy when you ask, it might take a few minutes for the calming effect to be noticed. So do not be in a hurry when you ask for this. Know that we are always available. Know that we always respond to your asking, even if you do not feel our response. Very good. Much has occurred these days. And as you move out into your world over the next few days, you might begin to notice the changes that you have invited, the changes that you have allowed into your reality. Very good. Okay. What we found over the years are these little techniques that Alcazar shares can be very powerful if you apply them. So have the intention of remembering this as a useful tool, because we all face those times when we're not quite sure what to do or how to be, or situations seem to be too challenging. And then bringing in this calm mind might assist you in seeing a path through the chaos. As I sit here looking out of this room with 20 or 30 people here, it's almost like no one is here. Just the bodies. There's this kind of energetic of no thingness. Yeah. It's very deep. It's beautiful.
Thank you for being nowhere and everywhere, baby.
So, I'm not sure what else needs to come through or be shared.
I'd like to share a couple things with regards to integration and post-care, aftercare. We have the work that comes through, especially Elohim, or when Raphael does alignment work, can have, because it's an accelerated process, can have some symptoms, and we can share some of those symptoms as well as a list, the things that we have witnessed all around the world when we do this work. And these symptoms are temporary, and they're not a major deal, but it's good to be aware of it in order for people not to feel like, oh, something is wrong with me. And some of that could be fatigue the days after. Could be that you require more sleep than usual, that you may have to take a nap during the day or go to bed early. We've heard reports of people that said, oh my God, I slept yesterday 15 hours and it felt really good. But is this normal? And I say, yes, it's normal. It's part of the integration process. So it's an important element to pay attention to that. Sometimes after deep spiritual transformations or alignments, it is common that you might be a little bit emotionally raw. It is common that you might be a little irritated. So be mindful of where you are in your process and see if every interaction you're having in your life is currently at the right time, the right thing to do. So be mindful of interactions as you're integrating your emotional being into this new stage. So that's an important aspect as well to be aware of. We do always recommend time in nature. We do always, as Alcazar has also said, right? Time in nature helps ground and integrate well these adjustments that have been made.
Walking barefoot, if you can, on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or forests or rivers and lakes, whatever you can get your hands on, a grass patch in the city.
Yeah. The other thing that's really important for the physical body is drinking plenty of water. When we're moving through changes like this, the changes happen on a cellular level as well as just with your energetic. And so water is really, really important.
And eating consciously and eating well. That's another aspect that I always bring into people's awareness, especially if they're new to this work. It might be that when you return from a spiritual alignment, the first thing you're craving is comfort food. It's a comforting, grounding food. So there is validity to it, but becoming more consciously aware of what your body actually needs is important. So not an immediate reaction, first reflection on what the body is requesting, and then acting accordingly. So this work really enforces us to be even more mindful with our mind, with our heart, with our body, with our energy body. So it's like an extended mindfulness that will be required in the next couple days. Normally, Raphael would say that the work will continue for another 5 to 7 days, in rare cases longer. And in those 5 to 7 days, you might get continued to be worked on, especially at night or in resting states. They have an understanding that they can't work on you while you're chopping vegetables or while you're driving a car. So they will do it while you're in a resting state where it is the most appropriate and most aligned. There's other things that are coming to mind right now. And we sent the link as well to the chat, so there's a couple extras in there. Overall, the work has, the guides have delivered on their promises so many times. So I do have, even though I try to not to have expectations, I do have a positive intention that this will impact your life beautifully and really in a supportive way.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think we're coming to the end of this gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wanted to mention that all of the links that you've mentioned, Seal, we can put into an email for people to make it more accessible. And the audios that we've been recording, as well as the videos, will be available on our website. And so we'll put that into an email and send it to you also. The audios take a couple of weeks to be edited. And we put a lot of love into them. So we ask that you be patient and just expect to hear from us when they're ready.
And then you'll be ready to redo them.
Yeah, but the
And
replay...
to really bring that in even more.
Yeah, and the replay videos are already available. So you can always just fast forward to the part if there is something that you're wanting to bring through again for yourself sooner.
And Jules, do you think it'll be possible for individuals to buy this workshop again, to watch it, if they haven't participated live?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, it's the same sign-up registration page, and we just like to keep our pages live pretty much all the time, just so that people can join whenever.
That's great. Because as Pragit mentioned this before, there's no time and in this work. So once this life happened, the encoding happened, but it doesn't really understand time the way we understand time. So when you watch the recording, it is as if you're watching it live again.
So, time for a really heartfelt thank you for everyone here in the room and all those people out in the world who are with us, who are sharing this work, this incredible transformation that humanity is going through, that we're all doing our part. So thank you all so much. And thank you for the teams of people behind the scenes who are taking care of the technology, taking care of all the organizing, taking care of the hundreds and hundreds of emails that we receive every day. Thank you all, because you're very much part of what we're doing here.
It would not happen without all the people that are putting their energy, time and resources into making this work available to you, because we are all in the same boat.
So you can support your friends who you feel might benefit from this by letting them know.
Mm.
And for now, thank you. We love you. We bless you. Thank you, Asil, for being here.
Thank you,
sharing this.
Prageet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Julian. Thanks for having me. Thank you to the Stargate community, and thank you to the Ascension One community for joining, for being present, for participating, for leaning in, and your open heart. Thank you.
So, take care. We love you. Hope to see you again soon.
Mm.